a major ruling in Georgia that could have implications across the nation. Georgia's abortion law now in limbo after a judge suspended the state's 6-week abortion ban. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Sean Gables.
And I'm Rick Fulbaum. And this ruling says that part of Georgia's strict anti-abortion law was unconstitutional when it was passed back in 2019, and it's unconstitutional today. But the battle over abortion rights far from over. Atlanta News First has live team coverage, and we start with Chelsea Bimfor, who's at the state capitol. Chelsea, what's next?
Well, Rick, this means that women in Georgia can now seek abortions up to around 20 weeks in pregnancy. But some Republican lawmakers say this may only be temporary.
There's no surprise that a liberal judge in Fulton County is going to try to put a roadblock from implementing a very solid, sound, thoughtful pro-life law.
Tonight, Republican lawmakers across Georgia sounding off about Fulton County Judge Robert McBurney's decision to block the state's abortion ban. Governor Kemp tweeting in part Tuesday, today's ruling places the personal beliefs of a judge over the will of the legislature and people of Georgia.
This law was in effect. It will continue to be in effect after the state Supreme Court rules on this.
District 37 Representative Ed Setzler says he thinks this is a temporary block and the state Supreme Court will reverse the decision. He says Judge McBurney's ruling is based on the federal Constitution, and the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals already ruled on the argument last summer.
But I don't think this one will stand in Georgia. I think what will stand is the wisdom of the legislature and the citizens of Georgia recognize that the Living Infants Fairness and Equality Act is solid, balanced law. That's something we can all be proud of, and I think it'll be fully implemented again here very soon.
But in the 15-page ruling, Judge McBurney said this is all about timing. At the time that House Bill 481 was enacted in 2019, it was unequivocally unconstitutional for federal, state, or local governments to ban abortion before viability. And yet the bill did just that, meaning because it was unconstitutional when it was passed, that makes it void now.
This isn't a matter of some kind of activist judge, doing something that he shouldn't be doing. This really is about the legislature acting in a way that was unconstitutional at the time. There's an easy fix with respect to this. It's not even an appeal. If you think you've got the votes, then you can just pass it back through the legislature.
And if the state Supreme Court rules with Judge McBurney, that means that lawmakers can still draft a new version of the bill in the upcoming session. Then the question remains, will they have enough votes to get it passed? Reporting live in Fulton County tonight, Chelsea Bimfor, Atlanta News First.